I just came back from another failed exploration trip to find another mine. The good news is I now have an iron pickaxe, so I went back to some former caves and hauled out anything I was not able to do before. The bad news is they are now empty. I've reached a point where the starting space I made for my base is no longer going to cut it. It's just getting far too cramped in there. On top of that, I really need to expand my storage ability. I'm also kind of tired of drinking dirty water and having a chance of getting sick. There is a lot to do, and it all starts with farming way too much stone. In an attempt to make some room in storage, I did end up crafting the device to call down the pod to send up the small number of exotics I've already looted. While there are a few things I want to send back to myself on this planet, I'm far from being able to afford them. While I do have some credits from running some missions before making this open world, it looks like I'll be needing to craft a mission board at some point as well. With any kind of base expansion, I'll be needing to craft up a bunch of stone walls, floors, and so on. I'm also kind of tired of how dark it gets in here at night. During that time, I'd rather be crafting instead of going to bed early. I ended up doing a little cleanup of the area around where I plan to expand the base. The last thing I want is anything sticking up through the flooring. Mostly, I'm just looking to double the amount of space I already have. At some point, I also want to add another building. The purpose of that building, however, will remain a surprise for now. I'm only showing a couple of my farming trips out to get more stones and other supplies. At this point, I had not yet depleted my local area, so it was not that far of a trip to still find the basics like stone. I'm not exactly happy with the way I'm doing the roof. However, another way I attempted to do it resulted in a bunch of ceilings breaking and losing those pieces. Since I only have flooring as a foundation and don't want to use posts inside to hold up the ceiling, I'm quite limited on how high I can end up making it. For those who are extremely OCD, at least this time, I'm somewhat getting the corner pieces in right. A couple of them I'd still end up misplacing and fixing later. now that I had some more room inside my base. I moved some of the crafting benches around. I can also now craft up a bunch of other stuff I've been wanting for a while, but lacked the space to do so. While setting up a rain collector seemed like a nice idea, I think I can find a better solution than that. I'm also lacking containers to use it right. This ended up being one of those let's see what it can do and not something I use much after that. Since I'm so close to a river, I can put a filter that uses charcoal and build out a little dock to it. I tried some other methods to get water. They, however, were not to my liking. This way is quite simple, and I have way too much charcoal sitting around anyway, so this works great. It was time to get some proper storage in this place as well. Turns out using chests is not so great. There are, however, cupboards you can craft. Later on, there is even an upgrade path for some metal ones. Now, all this place is missing is some better lighting. It looks so much better, and I have a lot of space to grow into. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for further content.